Welcome to another episode on our channel. Unexpectedly, work has still consumed my wife, so you're stuck with me again. So we're going to do tools today. More specifically, corded versus battery. And just so you know, this is an older battery drill. The new batteries are about half that profile. And this is not an endorsement for DeWalt. It just happens to be that I got both these drills on sale at two vastly different times, and they just happen to be DeWalt. DeWalt makes good tools, but I don't like paying DeWalt prices. So I got these on sale. And this one was given to me. We had a guy put in our flooring a few years ago, wood floors, and he had this drill. What else? Crosscut saw, a reciprocating saw, an impact driver. He just up and gave them to me because he had upgraded all of his DeWalt tools, and the batteries were not compatible. The drill was not backwards compatible with this battery. So, new drill, new battery. Now, I understand battery technology evolves and changes, but you would think they could make them just a little bit backwards compatible with your old batteries. But, I'm sure that's not their business model. So, which do I recommend, electrical or battery? It depends. It depends upon your needs. So, like I said before, I'm not going to tell you this is what you have to have. I will point out pros and cons as they relate to 1/6 scale action figures and based entirely on my subjective experience. So, I got this thing years ago. I know I bought replacement battery for it in 2018. It came with one battery, and I was kind of disappointed how quickly I ran through that battery. So I'm guessing I probably bought this in 2016, maybe 17, but probably 2016, somewhere in there, because I bought a new battery. Actually, I bought two batteries for it in 2018. But here's the thing. Back then, a replacement battery for this drill was about one battery was about 60% of the cost of a new drill with a battery and a charger. And I wasn't playing that game. So I got a knockoff. I got two of them. I think I gave $30 for them, $35, something like that. The knockoffs have not changed in price any. But what has changed in price is the DeWalt branded battery, the original issue, so to speak. But I looked online, you got to shop all over. I mean, they're anywhere from $140 to two of them from Walmart for $40. DeWalt branded, not Chinese knockoffs. So I'm going to assume that the similar dynamic will take place when the successor to this drill eventually becomes obsolete and the battery with the new drill won't fit the successor to this drill. But that's just a guess. What I do know is I can still get these batteries pretty cheap. And as long as I can get cheap batteries that fit this thing and last, I'll hang on to this drill as long as possible. And I like this drill a lot for 1/6 scale figures, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So let's take a look at the corded drill. Pros: has a cord. Cons: it has a cord. You'll never have to worry about batteries. For 1/6 scale action figure modifications, you're probably going to be inside and have access to an AC outlet. So it's not like you're out in the middle of nowhere and you don't have anywhere to plug it in. This is kind of an unusual corded drill. It's not a conventional drill. This is actually a hammer drill. So you can make it a conventional drill, or you can activate the hammer part. And what it does, this part vibrates, hammers. As if you have a masonry bit in it, it'll hammer and rotate at the same time. So why did I buy that? Well, a dump truck kindly ran my mailbox over a number of years ago, and I had put in a new mailbox. And so the tool rental from the big box store, this drill was on sale, probably because it's obsolete in a couple of ways, for $5 more than a 4-hour rental of a similar hammer drill that I needed to drill into the sidewalk to put in the new mailbox post. Postbox post. That's a tongue twister. Anyway, so $5 in my mind, I'm thinking that's a $5 drill. I can spend, or let's call it $40. I don't remember. So I can spend $40 on a rental, or I can spend $45 on a new drill. Oh, that's a real hard decision. So problem is there's not a lot of trigger control. I mean, I'm just barely touching this trigger, and it's spinning several RPM in just a second. And that's the thing. Again, that kind of behavior likely is not indicative of conventional corded drills. My guess is you can make them spin a lot slower. That's what I like about this particular hammer drill, this particular cordless drill, old though it be. Watch when I pull the trigger. It's barely spinning, it's barely moving. And that is a very, very valuable feature or asset to have when you're working with 1/6 scale action figures. A lot of it, for example, all these things have like little sockets on the inside, and you need to drill them out because either a peg is broken off, or you just need to improvise and use make this hollow for whatever reason. Having a drill that only does this will trash your plastic figure, or worse yet, your head sculpt. So you want to drill that if when you pull the trigger, it just barely turns. There's turning even slower than it did a second ago. I don't know if you can see there or not. So which is better, electric or corded? It's up to you. It's convenient. Batteries will go bad. I had to buy 2 batteries. I think I mentioned that batteries were, at the time when this went bad, really expensive. So I bought these Chinese knockoffs. But I got online just before shooting this episode, and DeWalt branded batteries can be had for $40 for 2 of them. So I don't know if it's leftover stock or what the deal is. I don't know if the successor to this drill, when it becomes obsolete, will have batteries readily available. I suspect it will, but it's obviously not a guarantee I can make. Oh, by the way, the successor for this drill right now is on sale at Lowe's. The drill, a bag, 2 batteries, and a charger for $99.95. It's like 30% off. I'm tempted, but I don't need it. I'm perfectly happy with this drill, especially with the trigger. As long as I can get batteries for this drill, I will own this drill as long as I can get batteries for it. There's no need for me to spend the money. So do your homework. Probably the best advice I can give is that when you go into, especially the big box stores that have displays, ask the salesman if they can pop a battery in to either DeWalt or Old Milwaukee or Black & Decker or Craftsman or Ryobi or Rigid or whatever brand that you're looking at. and see if it will do this. The trigger pulls easily. This it's just smooth. I mean, it's just barely touching the trigger, and it's a lot of trigger control. So that would be the primary thing I would look for. Battery or corded is trigger control. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. In the meantime, everyone, have a good day.